Rock.
I think we're rocking.
Yo, what's up, Tony Tone, the Love Bone? We are here.
I'm going to start with him already. Why is he sitting over there? Is there a smell thing going on? Or do you smell because you just performed?
Nah, I'm just so used to sitting over here. There's always,
That's his comfort. That's
my comfort spot.
That's his spot. That's his spot in the room now. He owns that spot.
He owns his club, man.
Ivory Fields just fucking killed over there in the giggle
You
room.
just killed it. We locked this door because we said we got to go watch our pal Ivory.
We locked it down.
I don't know what was funnier, picking on the girl with the tits or picking on the old lady.
Dude,
holy shit.
He went on, Ivory killed it, worked the crowd. He didn't want to burn too much material, worked the crowd, improv the whole bunch.
Yeah.
And he gave us the whole rundown on titties for about like 10 minutes. It was
I learned a lot to it, right?
Yeah.
You think they're just big and jiggly, but there's a lot more to it.
I learned a lot just now.
Yeah. There you
Thank
go.
you, man. Thank you.
There you go. And that's what they say. If you can make people laugh and educate them at the same time,
There you
you're
go.
doing something amazing. That's what I was told.
Titties make the world go round. Titties do make the world go round.
Oh, yeah. I mean, titties can save a lot of problems we have in this world. If we send some big titties over to Palestine, I don't know.
Hey, there you go. We might be onto something. We can
might
save
just
the
shut that
world.
shit down.
We can save the world with a
We're going to
beautiful
send
pair
them
of
more
titties.
money to send them titties up.
Just
Send them that table right
Send
there.
that one girl in there.
The sisters.
And there's-
Send sisters.
Wow, that's a
See
blessed
that?
family.
And say, just don't worry. You don't got to do much.
Right.
Just do some jumping jacks. And everything is okay. It's okay.
I bet you their mother is hot, too.
Yeah, I bet
Yeah,
you she
yeah.
is. And she's probably our age.
That's exactly where I was going with
Big
that.
titties come from a big titty tree. Those aren't
Yeah,
like regular.
those are inherited titties.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
And they know it. That's why they flaunt it like that.
You see the little shirts that they're
Yeah,
wearing.
because she was in the back row. You were on stage, and you could still get a good glimpse
Yes.
of those titties.
And when I started talking about the titties, I don't know if you saw this. She moved her hair.
Yeah,
God
Pulled the
bless
shirt down
her.
just a little bit more.
God,
I
she was like,
oh, my
soak them
goodness.
in, soak in these
Yeah,
gorgeous, amazing
titties
titties.
was glistening too. Oh.
And the boyfriend was just like he shrank a few inches. He was just like, oh, God.
Yeah, he's
I'd be proud, though, if I were him. I'd be like, yep, those are
He's
mine.
like, the whole room is now
Yeah, but
lusting my girlfriend's
as
titties.
you say, he's a boyfriend. He's not her man.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And you can
yeah.
see the difference with the energy. He's the one that brought the tickets from to come to the show.
Right.
Man is waiting for them to get dropped off so he can suck on them titties.
He wants those titties. Now he wants them even more now. Yeah. Because he's like, man, that comic, Ivory Fields, man, he really
he's like, I
really
must have
brought
something here.
attention to those
But
delicious
you gave
titties.
her ideas because you're talking about, she can get anything she wants. She doesn't need to know the prices. So some rich dude is snagging her before they even leave here
Absolutely.
tonight. That guy's
Yeah.
going home by
I think
himself.
you can
Yeah.
get her. I think you actually at the meet and
My
greet
wife
after?
is in the room.
Oh,
so he's over here trying to ruin a
yeah,
happy
you-
home lady.
She was in
can't do
there?
that. You
Yeah.
She was in the room.
That's what I was saying.
Wow.
I heard you say that.
Give him applause for that.
Yeah.
Dude,
Because I was
being
saying, I'm
able-
like, you're going to get me in trouble. I said,
Yeah.
but she knows. You got them big
Wow.
white titties. Like,
So she doesn't get mad when you do jokes like that about
nah,
the
'cause
delicious
she knows it's
titties?
just comedy. She knows I'm just
Yeah,
having
yeah.
some
You
fun.
just riffing, just having some fun and doing your thing.
Yeah, I don't really like those big, juicy,
Yeah,
round,
nah.
perky, bouncy,
Why would you like delicious,
slightly
beautiful,
tanned titties? Like,
beautiful titties?
Yuck.
Yeah,
Beautiful
rolled
titties
up.
are overrated.
Yeah,
I like wife titties. Those are the best
wife,
titties ever.
wife titties.
Okay?
God
Good
bless.
answer.
God
That's
bless
right.
the
Good
wife
answer.
titties. God bless wife
Like cookies
titties.
on Christmas Day, sir. They're goddamn delicious and wonderful.
And how did you do that? How did you get her to be such a fan that she comes almost every show?
Wow.
Well,
yeah.
it's I didn't do anything to have her do anything. I was fortunate enough to meet a woman who was, I couldn't even imagine a woman as great as her. And the funny thing is not only she's so great, so supportive, and she breathes so much energy, confidence, and life into me, but to me, she's one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen.
There
so
you
it's
go.
like, it was one of the things like, wait, you
Where
want me
is she?
too?
Wow, yeah.
Where is she right now? You're done. So where is she?
No, she's hanging out. She just texted me. She's like, how many more
Text
comedians?
her. Tell her to come in here and sit with us.
Yeah, we'll do that. For ourselves
He's like, I like to keep my world
All right, you know what I'm
separated.
saying? I don't know what you doing, sir.
He's like, I want to keep my world
You
separate.
see, that's when people get divorced. The woman wants half because she think
Right.
she's part of the show.
She's like, I killed it too. I killed it too.
I told you the titty jokes was gonna be funny. I was like,
We were working on those titty jokes all week long. I told him he's got
I
a good.
told him about the hey bra. That was my shit.
Yeah, the
'Cause when
hey
he put
bra,
my
yeah,
off, he was like, he was like, tell him about the night we met. Just playing, just playing, hon. In case you download this by any chance.
But it is true though that you said a girl with titties doesn't know the price of anything
No.
because she never has to pay for
No.
anything.
Nope, not at all. That's the same. Them
They got
titties
it
is
made.
currency,
I gotta
brother.
get some titties. You think I can?
You already have titties, big guy.
Yeah,
You might just need that push up.
Yeah, I need
push-up
that
tank
push-up thing. I want to flaunt my titties and see what I can get. That would be nice.
Let's push them together. You go see him at the bar and shit like, here he goes.
I'll be like at the bar. You mean I got to pay for my whiskey?
Yeah, you're like, well, take a look at these. Oh, shit. Now you paying double.
Don, how much is a drink in the club, Don?
Too expensive.
Too goddamn expensive.
Right. Great set, man. It's good to see you out there killing it, man.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
So explain, school me a little bit. What made you go out there? Because you did basically crowd work almost the whole
Yeah, I
pretty much
just
the
went
whole
off
time.
top of the head. Mm-hmm.
What made you decide to do that?
Well, to be honest, it's almost a year ago. Last year in June, I know some of my weaknesses was crowd work and just kind of getting out the material and just trying to have fun. So I purposely, when I started going to do shows, I didn't take my set with me. I didn't write anything down. I just kind of went there, and that's when to start to try to feel it out,
right,
and then rely on my instincts. And thankfully, we've gotten better at it. And now I just trust myself, and now I just go out there and have some fun. Sometimes I try not to have too much fun because I know me. I'll go to 100 miles per hour real quick. So I always got to throttle myself back and kind of look around and make sure I'm not doing too much. But just been doing this for a while and just have fun. And honestly, I believe my years of being like a bartender and just being able to try to make sure people have a good time. Right. That's where it kind of comes from. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but. First off, I'm shocked to even hear this because you've been hanging around here for at least a good year or so. 2 years.
Yeah, man.
2 years since I've been back. Yeah.
I've never. You've always been good with the crowd from my point of view, so I'm actually surprised to hear you say a year ago.
My wife said, she's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
I said, it doesn't matter how someone outside interprets what you're doing, it's how I feel. Right. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I know that I can be much better because there are times where I've done things and I'm like, I left so much funny on the table.
Right.
So it's like, let me try to focus on this a little bit more and tighten this up. And especially now, I see a lot of comedians, they posting their crowd work, videos and stuff like that to get opportunities. So,
does your wife film everything?
What's that?
Did your wife film this?
Yes, absolutely.
Perfect. So this will be up tonight, so people could check it out.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I don't post a lot of my sets because. And that's why I started doing crowd work because I don't want to post material because I don't want people to steal. Right. I've had it happen already 3 times. Yeah, and it pisses you off.
Yeah, man.
And let me guess, it was John Butero stole your jokes.
No, stop it. We're not going there. John's a good dude.
John's a good dude.
I'm doing a few shows with John.
Oh, are you doing some shows with John?
Yes, we're doing
shows.
I don't have the dates, but we're
John's a good boy. I just had to make fun.
Nah. I understand where that came from, but John's a good guy.
So. No, but what I'm asking though, like, was it a conscious decision to do crowd work tonight and not do as many bits, or were you're just winging it and having fun?
I'm just going with the flow and what the energy
that's
feels
interesting
like,
to me.
Yeah, because there's times like I was here Thursday.
Right.
And I don't know if you seen it. Oh, it was packed. We had a full house.
Yeah, full house was sold out.
And it was the beauty of the full house here sometimes
of armed women.
It's we had NRA women and shit, girls with guns.
NRA.
You see the back of their t-shirt?
Yes.
The back of their t-shirt was a white girl with a ponytail and a pistol.
Yep.
I was
and
like,
titties.
oh.
And
I saw one lady and
she was packing?
she looked like a holster to me.
Wow.
There was one lady.
She might have been a cop. Might have been Popo.
And then that girl with the titties, there was a gun in. No, I'm kidding.
but seriously, like on Thursday, if you think of that crowd, you had women, right-wing, pro-Trump, 56-year-old. Then you had the Adelphi dance team, a bunch of 21-year-old girls, and old women, old white guys, some young black guys. And it's kind of just trying to find that little, it's like a beat. It's like that little beat that everyone could kind of dance to. Everyone can listen to. You know, there's music, and you play a song. Now, everyone's going to like it. But there's certain songs you'll play, everyone will kind of like, some will dance, some will just tap their feet. Right. But you get a good vibe from it. Sure. And that's kind of what I was trying to learn how to have the ability to tap into so I can make everyone enjoy what I'm doing.
Right, yeah.
So in terms of tonight, once I seen what the crowd looked like, I realized I was going on second, which was a little earlier than I like to go on. Right. And they wasn't ready. They wasn't open. Right. They wasn't touched yet.
They haven't blossomed yet.
And I always compare comedy to sex because you can't have sex with your partner and just ram it up in there.
Yeah, you were kind of like the finger right now.
Was that?
You were the finger tickling the.
Nah, I was more than the finger, my friend.
Well, you started at
I set up the candles. You know what I'm saying? I set the mood. That was kisses on the neck. That was a massage on the shoulders. I was slowly undressing, and then I gave him a little bit near the end.
I'm getting a little excited right now.
I think you slipped. I think
I need to have my fan.
I think towards the end you slip your thumb up their asshole. That's why.
I mean, you have to. I mean, you got to go home with a trophy, sir.
Yes, indeed.
Got to go home with something to smell. That's what I'm saying.
Something to smell. Ivory Fields, baby.
He walked off the stage like that.
I said, yeah, I did good.
He's like, yeah, it smells like sex in there now.
It's a good night. It's a good night. It's a good night. That's right.
Now, so how'd you get involved with Brian's Bros? That's what's going on tonight.
So I know it's kind of funny, Brian's Bros and shit.
And they're all white guys.
I know, a whole bunch of dude bros. Like, yeah, what's up, man?
What's up, bro? Yeah.
They look like they work out and drink
one of them
Listerine
diesel
and all
back
sorts
there,
of shit. So I met Brian Tuesday. I hosted a mic out in the city, and he came through. I believe Joe Cravella.
Oh, Cravella,
told him
yeah.
about my mic.
Joe Cravella.
That's my dude.
He's June. He's the month of June.
Why you got him on Pride Month? That's all I want to know. I know he's like, whoa, bro. You got a picture of Joe on Pride Month, and he's standing backwards. Like,
Joe
what is going on, guys?
Joe Cravella repping Pride Month.
He's actually bent over in both of those
Yeah.
pictures.
He's got a thumb up his ass. In
He has the microphone way too far in his mouth, sir. What are you doing, Joe? Just playing.
Oh, shit.
What camera? I done lost my train of thought. You guys,
Brian's Bros, how you connected with those guys?
He came through the mic on Tuesday, and he really enjoyed how I was hosting and ran the show. And he know I'm here at Governor, so he was like, hey, man, I got a show coming on Saturday. Maybe you should come through. And then it just happened when I came by on Thursday, he was on the show as well. And
Nice.
after he seen me perform, he was like, dude, I fucking need you to come by on Saturday and get on. And he's a cool dude. I love his energy. I love the fact that he has a decent platform. He has a good platform. He's bringing a show from LA to here.
Yeah.
He's giving
wow.
comedians an opportunity to get up there, showcase their skills.
Nice.
And I appreciate that. And Brian's a cool dude.
Yeah, man.
Even though we don't know each other long, just the interactions we had.
He's the
Good
one
guy.
who's wearing like the sleeveless shirts.
That's
and
right,
Kind
yeah,
of
with the
diesel.
guns out.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
He seemed like a really cool dude. His energy is great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Super
absolutely.
cool dude.
He reminds me of a younger version of myself.
Yeah.
He's not as muscular and white. You see, when Brian leaves, Brian's not afraid of police. When I leave, I'm in Levittown. I'm like, please don't let me get pulled over. But if I had some of those big white titties with me, I could pull over. It's
If you have
like, PBA card. Shit,
What
he's got these
officer?
titties.
What up, sir? Just wanted to say hi.
What did he do, officer? I know it couldn't be that bad.
Very cool, man. Yeah, so this guy's Brian. So he's from LA.
From LA, from my understanding, yes.
Very cool. He's touring around. Brian's Bros got you on from last night.
Yeah,
that's cool, man.
Yeah.
It's nice. So he'll. So when he's back in LA, he'll be making the call. Ivory, come on out.
Yeah, as long as he's covering.
Yeah, exactly.
He would ask me to come down and do a bringer show. Like, what kind of shit is this? Can you bring 15 people from Long Island to LA?
I ain't your bro no more.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, bro.
Everybody's on a Greyhound.
Beat up.
There's a soul playing going down. Yo, where that shit at, son? Where's Brian Bros, my G? Oh
shit.
my God.
So all right. So now who's? So she comes to every show. Who's babysitting?
Oh, you're talking about well, our children are thankful they're grown. The old, and I believe you may be talking about my son that has autism.
I'm talking. Well, yeah, that.
Jeff Bosey's in the house. What's up, Jeff
JB?
Bosey?
What's going on, brother? So good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while, my friend.
Well, you're everywhere because you're famous.
I'm nowhere near famous. If I was really famous, I would see you at more of these places I'm at.
And you're black.
You see that? He doesn't come with black even though he got a cookout shirt on. Ain't that some shit?
I just had a mixed burger
You just-
now. So I was like,
You do look like you should have a plate of burgers
for
and
real,
hot
right?
dogs with you. That'd be
I
that'd be
heard that
awesome.
you were here, and I was like, oh, my nipples just got hard.
If you did have burgers and dogs, we tell you to sit down. We welcome you into this room. But
Yeah,
since
that
you're
would
not
be amazing.
bringing
Yeah,
us
since
any
you're not,
food,
go stand on the side, sir.
I'm just gonna stay on this side of the room. Why do you want?
How's the show? Bosey, sit down real quick. How is the show going and the big room right now?
Okay.
Yes.
It's going great. Who was the second guy who went? I forgot his name. No, not.
Tony?
No, not Tony the Tiger.
Oh,
the other
Keith or something? I forget.
Kevin or Keith or Kevin?
Yes.
Kevin something.
Yes, and he was really good. And Mencia does his job out there, and he's doing pretty good.
Now, were you at? We were talking about Joe Milonis.
Yes.
Were you at the fight?
No, I was not. That was Keegan.
Did anybody see? Keegan was at the
Keegan
fight.
was there, yeah,
Did you
yeah.
see? You know Joe Milonis?
Yeah. Actually, he hit me up today to see if I could come do a show because I believe Mike wasn't feeling well. But I told him I'm here and I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But Joe's a good dude. I've
Joe's
done
a
a
good
lot
dude.
of his VFW shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joe's a
Love
cool
them
dude. I met him one time. I know he's been on the scene. I'm Facebook friends with him and everything. But I saw he had a big fight at Madison Square Garden.
Yes.
So I just want to know if anyone's seen the fight or knows what happened.
But from what it looks like, what Keegan depicted on his Facebook, I think Milonis might have lost.
Yeah, Milonis did say he lost. And to be honest, I was rooting for. I wanted him to win. That scene was fighting a black guy. And I was like,
Not looking too good for
do your
Joe.
best, sir. That's all I want. Do your best. I always vote for black. Sorry.
Like, look, Caucasian.
I was like,
You almost got me.
Do you have Joe's
Joe.
number or anything? Can we get in touch with Joe
I do
Milonis?
not have it with me.
I want to know who he pissed off. That somebody's like, all right, we're going to put you against the strong black guy.
Well, how do you know he was strong? You see, that
He
could
looked
just
strong.
Yes.
You want to know what? He looked strong because he had his big black coffee.
Oh, there you go.
So
Very cool.
I'm gonna get back in the room. It's always a pleasure seeing.
Good seeing you, of course, pal.
And then this good sir.
My man,
Yes.
always good to see
He's
you,
like
brother.
the Booker T of fucking. He just comes out there, he's like. All right, guys, have a good one.
All right, my man.
The Booker
That's a
T
good
of
dude
comedy.
right there,
Yeah,
man.
Jeff Bosey, man. He's
I gotta be honest. When I first started coming here, and I wasn't getting opportunities to get on, I would always see him, and he always would tell me, for whatever reason, he always kind of believed in me. He was like, "Dude, just keep coming here." He's like, "I know you're funny. Once you get an opportunity, you're gonna rock and do your thing." And so, to have opportunities now and see him, it's just,
right.
He
yeah.
had nothing
feels
to
great.
do with that.
I don't know what he did, but I know there's no such thing as coincidence.
Right.
So
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
whatever
but
he was
you're
doing,
absolutely right.
he was sprinkling that confidence and that
He
energy
gave you a little
for me
bit
to keep
of
going. Absolutely,
He kept you going, so you didn't quit. And
He's got a small percentage of influence around here. Absolutely.
I think
then
he has
he
a little
also-
bit more than that. A little bit more than that.
Little
But
bit.
Even if he does or doesn't, just the way that he was real cool with me, I appreciate that because
Very nice.
I've been doing this for a while and I've had people who were not cool with me or kind of standoffish or didn't want to give me opportunities or for whatever reason. And I'm a real nice guy, so I don't know where that may have come from. So I'm always very appreciative for those that take the time just to say, "Hey, man, you good? Do your thing."
Right on, man.
And I will.
It's important.
I will totally agree. I will say you are one of the nicer guys that's walking around these halls,
Oh,
man.
thank you, sir.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Nobody
Fields.
nobody has a bad word to say about you, man. Nobody.
you. Thank
Absolutely.
you.
Absolutely.
That's great.
Yep.
I got something to say about y'all guys, though. I don't
we're
have the
very
energy
hated.
because, like, as you were asking about a babysitter and like,
Oh yeah.
talking about my son Zach. that
Yes,
has
Zach.
autism.
Yeah.
Just to answer your question, and for any parents out there that has a child with autism and they present in a way where they can start harming themselves or have destructive behaviors and stuff like that.
Right.
As they get older, sometimes it gets to a point where they're unable to thrive in your own setting, which is sad because, you never want your child to have to leave your home. But when those things do occur, very thankful we was able to find a good school, a good residential school for him to go to.
Yep.
So it's essentially he's away for college.
Right,
And
right.
he's able to go out there. He gets the attention he needs. He's in a setting. He's thriving really well. He's still going through there's still some difficulties right now because there's medication adjustments. And I'm talking about things you guys may not understand. If you're not an autism parent, you don't
Tony
understand.
is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you understand what that means. And when you're dealing with like them strong behaviors, and once the medicine gets changed, you're going to have to deal with more of that.
And that's an ongoing thing.
Oh, yeah,
That's
that-
not
that's-
like
that's- yeah,
you
that's-
find a good program, and then 2 years later, it's not working anymore.
You're
Oh,
absolutely
so
right.
it's a constant
it's very
evolution
fluid.
of
Yep.
changing
Yeah.
medicines and all kinds
And
of
that's
things.
the thing, even with the medications.
And they don't
'cause-
like change a lot.
And that's one of the biggest things with kids. And this is me just learning because I didn't know anything about autism
Right.
until I met my wife, and that's her son. I call him my son.
Right, right.
Oh, okay.
But that's her son
Right.
from her
How
previous
old is he?
marriage. He's about to be 18 years old.
Wow,
okay.
God
September,
bless.
yeah. But I met him. He was 3 years old.
Wow, yeah. So you raised them, man.
I remember the day. I'm not gonna get too deep in it because it's gonna have me emotional. But the day she found out that he had autism, and it
So
was
you were
a
there
big
from
deal.
day one, man.
Yeah, day one.
Yeah.
But the beautiful thing about it is, even though it's a very daunting, a very painful journey, And sometimes people say like, why me or what have you. That's not the attitude we took. And one of the best things about my wife, his mom, is once she found out he was diagnosed with autism, she was already a certified teacher. At the time, she already won Teacher of the Year in Baltimore 2 times.
Wow.
That's a big deal. If you've seen The Wire, that's a big deal right there.
Yeah.
But when she realized he had autism, she went back to school. She got degrees in autism. I don't know what's the way to say it. Like,
It's a special needs world.
Yeah, exactly. Special needs world, and learned about autism. And she became a teacher. Started teaching pre-K kids with autism.
Wow.
To the point now she has 2 masters. She's getting her doctorate.
Wow.
She runs a school district out in Nassau County that deals with kids, pre-K kids that have autism. And the beautiful thing is, as she was fighting to get different services and rights for Zach, now she's dealing with those same people as their boss.
Wow.
which
God
is so
bless.
cool. That's
And she still comes here and watches you talk about titties.
Exactly.
What an amazing woman.
That's what I'm saying.
It really is
I
an
can't-
amazing woman. And all honesty,
100%.
all of that what you just
100%.
said, plus supports you, finds the
Yes.
time to support you and your dream and your goals.
Yeah, that's an amazing woman.
wow.
Oh yeah,
God bless
oh
you.
yeah. That's why I'm so. This is why I say no matter how I do when I come out to perform, I go home a winner.
Yeah,
I
for
have
sure.
an amazing woman. I have an amazing family at home.
Dude,
I
you
love
won.
and
You
support me.
won.
I am
You're
going to
blessed
disagree,
man.
though. The fact that, I mean, I'm with you. Nobody wants to see their
yeah.
kids leave before
No,
it's
yeah.
time. But first off, which I'm sure you guys know, there's a lot of great programs out there and a lot of great houses, a lot of
Yes,
good
yeah.
communities. Plus, I was talking to a woman a few years ago. At the time, she was around 60, and she has a special needs daughter. When her daughter was 27, she found a home for her daughter, right? And she said to me that because as she's getting up in age herself, getting up in age,
it's harder for her to care and take care of things.
But yes, but when her time comes, when she passes, she didn't want her daughter to not only have to deal with the shock of that, but then also have to deal with the shock of having to
live
uprooted and
right.
moved into a house.
Yeah.
So she put her when her daughter was 27, she found a place. She said it was the worst day of her life, moving her daughter out. But she said her daughter has been thriving in this house, and it's not an institution. This woman can go there anytime, pull her out, take her out somewhere.
Same with what
She's-
with Zach.
I just came from Yonkers today visiting.
Right, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So-
had a great visit today.
So it worked out beautifully. So now, when this poor woman's time does come, the girl will have to deal
she
with
can
that
rest
from others.
comfortably
live.
knowing her
Right.
child is going to be taken care
And
of.
also being
Exactly.
separated, even for a little, like a week at a time, a couple days,
Yeah.
that separation too helps prepare them for those.
Exactly,
for them.
right.
Yeah.
Right. Again, it's not like your mother's dead. Now we have to move you.
Right.
Yeah,
of a sudden
Place
it's
you
all
don't
this,
know
like,
anybody.
oh my gosh,
Right.
yeah.
Whole new,
new
routine.
routine.
Right. Right.
And that's one of the things, like you were saying, you want to keep things fluid and you don't want to change things up. That's one of the biggest catalysts. Excuse me, using my big words, I had to burp. One of the biggest catalysts that made the situation the way it was COVID. Because when that happened, they shut the schools down.
Right.
And people are thinking like, regular or high-functioning children, they don't have a problem. But our most vulnerable, our kids with autism, they needed that more than anything.
Sure
For
did.
them to be unable to get the services they need, to get the
routine all shook up.
And Zoom wasn't doing it for them.
No,
and then they can't.
It's
They
hard
don't
to
do Zoom.
attention span. on
They'll
Zoom.
try, but they can't because sometimes, depending on the level of where you're at,
Right.
you're not going to be able to fully understand that in order to get anything out of it.
Right.
And that was one of the things where once COVID was over and the world opened up, everyone was happy that opened up, and that was the beginning of one of the most painful experiences I've ever went through.
Yeah,
And
sure.
not just painful from having to deal with the things he was going through, painful for watching what he's going through, the behaviors he's distributing, that he's displaying, that he doesn't want to do, from harming himself to attacking us.
Right.
And then having to watch his mom, watch my wife be unable to, I spoke to you about it where we had to go to the emergency room.
Right, yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm getting a little emotional now, and
I feel
and
you,
we'd have
man.
to go there for the weekend and watching, and we got to understand, they're together all day, every day.
Right,
To the
yeah.
point where he's verbal, but his language is a language we can understand.
Right,
So
right.
having to let him go in the care of somebody else and to watch how much that broke her down. Oh my goodness, man.
Yeah, it's
it's
tough.
That's very tough. But at the same time, like I spoke to you, those are one of those moments where I was like, you know what? once we get through this, I'm getting back in comedy because I want to make sure that when people are in a lot of pain like we're at, because we were hurting, crying, at home having a drink, turn on YouTube, trying to find something to make us feel better.
Right.
We used to watch this dance crew called the LES Twins or what have you.
Right.
Two guys from France, very entertaining. And I said, I want to be that. I want to be the LES Twins for somebody else. I want someone to have a bad day. I don't want you to have a bad day. But if you do, I want to be able to give you something to make you forget about that pain you had and to help you thrive and help you get through. Right. And so every time I come to perform, I'm going to give my all. So if tonight I gave my all doing improv, another night I give my all doing material or whatever it is, I'm always going to do as much as I possibly can because I kind of owe it to them.
Yeah, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you definitely it's definitely coming from a real place. You definitely making lots of people happy, and yeah, man, kudos to you and to everything that you do, bro.
I feel like I've done brought the mood down a little. I got a little
yeah, man, you're getting me all
stopped sweating, about to start crying. How about that?
No, I think it's great stuff, and that we've been trying to work out our schedule to get you in here. That's the stuff I was hoping to talk to you about. You're very open about it and honest, and it's our world. So, yeah, when we do get you in here, we will.
Oh, and I got a lot more pain to talk about. I could talk about I got molested as a kid. All that.
Let's do it.
Coming up next week, a very sad Knock 'em Dead comedy.
That guy just carried a body out.
He had a body in
that?
there. Yeah, I think he had a body in that bag.
Yeah. Well, we are on Long Island. We got some Gilgo Beach.
Yeah, that might be Rex.
That's why I don't piss white people off of Long Island. I piss a black guy off. I get shot.
Rex Uerman bag.
They're gonna burn my part.
Is your wife waiting? Do you have another minute?
Yeah, I got a few minutes.
All right, because I'm glad you brought that up because I posted about it today. Rex Uerman.
Yes.
He has a son, a stepson who's special needs.
I saw your post just now. I didn't read the whole thing.
Okay. Yeah. So today's New York Post, they had all sorts of Rex articles talking about whatever's going on, but on one page on the side, they have those little sidebar articles,
Right.
Rex's kids say they're standing by their father. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? So I look at this. Not only do they mention this kid by name, but there's a picture.
Oh, no.
How old is he?
He's in his 30s.
The kid?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a kid. Okay.
No, but still, he's special needs. As far as like a level, I would say I know the kid. I know him personally. Is what I'm saying.
You do?
I know
okay.
him personally.
You don't know him. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I would say like on a level, I would say maybe teen.
Okay.
16, 17 maybe.
Right, okay, mentally like that.
But, but this article doesn't say anything about that. It
just
never
says that he has autism.
Doesn't say anything about it. It just says, no, it didn't even have an age. But you see the picture and you think, all right, he's got to be around 30.
He's a grown man.
Right. You see a grown man, but you're reading an article about these kids who are standing by their father. So you get the impression that these kids don't care about the victims or their families. They're just going to stand by their father and support him. So they're probably going to get hate mail if they haven't gotten it, already.
Yeah.
And so I was enraged. I'm thinking, as the father of an autistic daughter, I'm like, no, do your research.
And I think any family is going to most of the time stand behind their family member, even in the most vile situations. Maybe
even
sometimes.
If so, you don't have to don't include the kids.
Yeah,
especially if the kid has autism.
It's not worthy of being an article.
No,
it's not. And that's the thing. So they don't even mention it. So again, I guarantee people are going to.
See the kid and be like, oh, you're an ass. You support this monster.
But if the article took a second to just say, the one child, so and so, his name, who's on the spectrum or is special needs, everybody. Almost everybody is then going to leave him alone.
They never should have.
Exactly.
They're just looking for fodder to write about.
Which
they never should have even. That's not even newsworthy. Yeah,
exactly.
Why are you even trying to include something to make people feel bad for someone that might be one of the worst serial killers ever in Long Island?
Right.
You know why? Because he's white. That's why. See, it all comes down to racism. If he would have been a big black Alabama bubble gump ass N-word, they would have been like, lock his ass up.
And then
by his overalls.
The last sentence of the article said, and he smells like wet dog.
You see? See, that's why the white crime right there. That's why people hate on white people.
That's white on white.
I didn't say that. I don't know where to get that wet dog thing from, but
I've never heard that before. Laura Patton's one of her. I never heard that before about wet dogs.
You have to ask her about that.
I know.
That's out of my. I did not come here to
She
talk
does
about
a
that.
great job on
She's a
stage.
white woman describing what white people smell like.
She kills it on stage. Like, people love it. It's hilarious. I just never heard that one before. I thought I heard them all, but I never heard that one.
Well, I look forward to the
Most
day
of them are
interview
true,
and
like-
find out where that came from.
Most of them are true.
See, they try to. They see that. You see that Black America? They trying to pull me in. They trying to
Most of them-
set me the hell up. White
true.
people smell great. You guys smell like suntan lotion and sunflower seeds and bicycles. That's what you guys smell.
I'm smelling like McDonald's
And
farts
bicycles.
tonight,
Did you say
actually.
bicycles.
And bicycles. You smell like cyclists. That's what you guys
They
smell
smell
like.
like cyclists.
Like you live life to the fullest. It's a good scent.
That's kind of true.
We got to go back in there where it smells like sex.
But I know
That's what I'm about
yeah.
to go. I'm about to go back where it smells like my wife.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Well, Ivory, it's always a pleasure talking with you, talking about everything, especially the titties. And
Before we let you go, so this will be, we're recording, but this will, I'm definitely putting this on within the next 3 or 4 days.
Okay.
So tell us what you got coming up, where you're going to be.
All right. Well, next week I'm doing the Jersey City Comedy Festival, so I'll be in Jersey City
that's right.
Thursday.
Nice.
Fest is coming up.
Yes. So next week is all about the festival. So I get opportunity Thursday night. I'll be in Jersey City at the Art House Laugh. Hold on, let me get the name of the.
All right, cool.
Give me 1 second.
You've
I
been
wasn't
popping,
prepared.
man. You've been.
Yeah, you're getting all
Like,
over the place.
yeah.
I'm just trying to create opportunities and make
That's
the
what
best
you're
of it,
doing,
man.
bro.
So,
That's what you're
Well
doing.
deserved, too,
Yeah, I think
might
that's
add.
good.
thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Absolutely pleasure.
I do absolutely work very hard.
Yep.
Okay, it's June 13th, 7 p.m. at the Laugh Tour Comedy Club at Dorian's, and that is in Jersey City. Wow. Jersey City Comedy
J-Town, baby.
Festival.
J-City.
Yeah, so we got that going on. I have I just got offered to host in August the Virginia Black Business Expo.
Nice,
Which
man.
is a pretty it's
Can
very
I come?
excited for
Am
that.
I allowed to?
Yeah.
I can go to that?
Yeah.
Awesome, man.
Yeah, you need to come down for that one.
That'd
You
be
just-
awesome. I would love to be
Yeah,
there.
he's going to make you serve food, but you're welcome.
You damn right. You gonna serve food, you gonna polish silverware, you do all that shit. You'll carry my backpack. Matter of fact, I want to come to the stage on your shoulders, goddamn. You
That'd be
better be-
awesome. I would do that. I would actually do that for you. I would do that for you.
Did you tell him your Muhammad Ali story?
Muhammad Ali. What?
Yeah, I got to meet Muhammad Ali. I met him twice.
Really?
Yeah, the first time was crazy. The first time I told the story, I'll just start to
Best story in the world.
What?
So, so it all starts with this movie. I auditioned for a movie. Remember the movie not the Gladiator with
Russell Crowe?
Am I here to entertain
Crowe.
you? Not
Yeah.
that one. The other Gladiator with Cuba Gooding Jr.
Oh, yeah.
and
Yes,
where they
yes,
were
yes.
fighters. Brian Dennehy's in it.
Yeah.
So I went to audition to that movie in the city.
Oh,
So I had my headshot with me and all this stuff, and I go and I'm auditioning, and then they asked me if I know karate. So I said yes, and then they made me.
Prove it.
Then they made me do karate, and I was just like, yeah. And I could see the producer almost laughing. He's like,
Said he don't know no goddamn
like,
karate.
all right,
He know-
next. So
He know goofy. That's
So then I'm driving home. We're driving back. It's me and my brother and another guy and my ex-wife at the time. When this is like in the 1990, 91. So we're driving, and we're passing Hofstra University, and we see, autographs with, meet Muhammad Ali and what's his name? What's his name for the Dodgers? The pitcher.
Earl Hershiser.
or a Hershey.
He was a pitcher on the Dodgers.
That's
Sandy
the
Koufax.
worst name for a man. That's what
Sandy
I'm
True.
saying.
Sandy
Whoa,
Koufax.
like,
Sandy
whoa, bro.
Koufax.
Yeah. So Sandy Koufax and Muhammad Ali were on this thing, signing autographs. But we look at the thing, it says they, from 3 to 6 or something like that. We look at the time, it's like 10 to 6.
Yeah.
I say, screw it, let's just see if we can get in.
Yeah.
So we start walking, and again, it's 1990, way before 9/11, and we park, and we're trying to walk in, and we're going around the back way, we're walking around to get to the front door, but there's a security guard outside one of the back entrances, and he goes, "Hey guys, it's gonna close soon." He's like, "It's not even worth it. It's gonna be closed in 10 minutes." So we're like, "Oh, all right." He's like, "You know what? Why don't you guys just come on in for free? Fuck it." He's like, "There's a favor." So we're like, "All right, cool." So we go in. But we're now behind. So, like, if Muhammad Ali's signing autographs, where we're entering from is we're facing his back is facing us.
Okay.
So we're like, holy shit, he's right there, and there's nobody around.
Oh, wow.
So for whatever reason, we walk right up to him, and I just start massaging his shoulders.
I was about to say, I knew you was going to do some Pride Month to him. But go ahead.
So he's enjoying it, like he's into it, and he's just signing autographs. So we just stand there, and I'm just like behind him, like this. So then finally he gets up, then he hugs my wife for some reason, and then he starts walking towards his limo. So as he's walking towards his limo, I'm kind of on his shoulder. He's big, so he's like his shoulders are like here. So like I just remember exactly where they were. So I'm like rubbing his shoulders and walking him to the limousine. So walking through like a crowd, and everybody's like, "Ali," and I'm like walking with him.
This is what he'll do for you.
Yeah, I'm not part of his entourage. Right? My brother is rubbing his hands, and he's like
who's sucking his dick? Like, what is going on? You guys are molesting.
That was my wife was doing that. No, so he's rubbing his hands, and he's like, "These are the hands that knocked out Sonny Liston. These are the hands that Joe Frazier."
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh my god,
those are some special hands."
And Ali's just like, he starts parking.
He's like, "Go ahead, white boy, massage."
He's like, "What the fuck is going on?" Ali's like, "Who the fuck are these guys?" So we walk him all the way to his limo. I could have gotten in a limo. I could have gotten in the fucking limo. There's nothing telling me I couldn't have.
Yeah.
That would have been the best. If you
He
actually got
just
it.
sat there and hung out with him for the rest of the night.
Yeah, just be like,
you might have got
"Hey,
P. Diddy, though. He might have puffed that at you when you got back.
Yeah, I know, right? I would have been like, Muhammad Ali and his new boyfriend. We're seeing
People magazine. Who is this white guy with Muhammad Ali?
But yeah, so it was super cool, man. And then
That's dope.
yeah, so and then
Did you get a picture with him at least?
I got a picture with me and Muhammad Ali.
Okay.
Let me see if I can find it. That was the second time I met, because they didn't have these, in
Oh, yeah.
So the second time I met him was about 2 years later. We went to this place in Brooklyn.
He looked at you. He's like,
Yeah. He said, "Do your job, bitch."
he's like,
shoulders.
"Hey, come on, man!" But he did a magic trick and all this shit, and then I took a picture with him.
He did a magic
He
trick.
did a magic trick.
What?
Muhammad Ali.
I don't know.
Muhammad Ali gets up. I'll show you the magic.
Magic?
Dude, I can show you the magic trick. I have that video queued up. Hold on.
Holy
Let me see if I
smokes.
can find that real quick.
"I'm gonna hide the salami."
Muhammad Ali, and I should send this to you so you can like.
It was
put it
African
up,
dad.
Oh, yeah.
But
He's like, "Oh."
actually, if you-
All right, for those of you that haven't seen it. You got a little magic dust. Greatest of all time.
So Muhammad Ali, I go, "You're the greatest of all time," and I'm shaking his hand. And he's like, "Yeah." And so then I go, "Can I take a picture with you?" So he gets up and he puts his fists up.
Okay.
So now I put my fists up and I'm looking him in the eyes, and he's like, and the only time ever in my life this happened where I felt not worthy, I was just like, I have my hands up to this motherfucker. Are you fucking kidding me? And I just put my hands down and said, I can't do it. I can't shake your hand. But my dad had no problem. My dad was like, "Come on, my dad."
Yeah, exactly.
My dad's got a great. My dad
Let's go, Mom.
My dad's got a great picture with Ali. But yeah, let's see if I can find that Don Sill Ali, just so I can show you it. He does the magic trick.
Abracadabra. All the white people disappeared.
So this is okay. I filmed this back in the day with a VHS. So that's Muhammad Ali doing a magic trick, and that's minutes before I met him. So he does he takes out a handkerchief,
Yeah.
and he kind of stuffs it in, and then it disappears, and then I have another video of all of us meeting him, and that's when you see the moment when I put my hands down and all that stuff. But yeah, it was super cool.
That's just so awesome when you are at a level where people admire you so much. You can just stuff a handkerchief in your hair, and everyone's like, "Oh my God!"
Everyone was like,
"Oh shit, yeah, look at that, yeah." I don't know how he did that because he did it so slow. And like that's real magic.
Muhammad Ali did the magic trick. And it was super cool. God bless Muhammad Ali, one of the greats of all time for so many reasons, not just in the ring, but also outside the ring. What he did. Yes. You know what my favorite Ali thing he ever did?
What's that?
So Ali, obviously, this is during the civil rights movement was huge back then. He changed his name. He also didn't go to Vietnam and all that stuff to make a point because he goes, no Viet Cong ever called me the N-word.
Yep.
So all those types of things, and he always was famous for doing the poetry and all that stuff, like fly like a butterfly, sting like a bee. So he's getting ready to do Thriller Manila, where he went to Manila, Africa, and he's getting ready to go on the plane. And somebody yells out, "Yo, Muhammad, you gonna do a poem? Do a poem?" He stops. He's like, "You want me to do a poem?" He's like, "Yeah." And he just goes, "Me, we," and then he gets on the plane. And that 2 words is so powerful to me. Especially you take the time, who he is, what he represents. He represents more than boxing. He represents a whole people, a whole movement. And to say, me, we, dude, powerful.
But did you ever hear what he said after that?
That's awesome.
What?
Get ready, ladies and gentlemen.
Some of that titties?
It's about to get weird. See, we had such a good moment. Man.
I'm totally going to ruin it.
He wants
without
to
a doubt.
mess it up so bad.
I'm going to ruin it.
What did he say after
I ain't taking no Don Silla to no Manila. He's too vanilla.
So you too vanilla for Manila. Oh, my goodness.
He's too vanilla for Manila. He's too vanilla for
Manila. He's laughing so hard. He's turning red. He's getting a tan right now from his own joke, ladies and gentlemen.
I couldn't wait to put that
incredible. You are turning as red as your cookout little T-shirt you got on. That is amazing.
I think the whole reason he brought up the Ali story just to get to that.
He had that joke waiting. He was like, next time you do Ali.
He's too vanilla for Manila.
That was funny though. That was good.
Oh shit. Oh
sorry. I brought up the story because to say you could do that in Virginia.
Yeah, I'll walk you up like we did Ali. You're about the same size as Muhammad.
You can just bring me a drink. How about that?
You can just
carry my bottle of fucking Woodford. How about that? You thought I was gonna say Hennessy, didn't you?
I was hoping it was Hennessy.
He was like, I knew it was gonna be sir.
If you would have said Hennessy, I would have won $5.
And what the funniest thing, as I'm getting older, it's like I had my nephew. My nephew came to visit me not too long ago. Actually, he took me to Game 7 in the New York Knicks game.
Oh yeah,
dude. He does. He has like. He makes good money.
Yeah, man.
He called me up. He's like, "Hey, Unc, what you doing tomorrow?" I said, "I don't know, man. Watch the game or something." He said, "Nah, we going to the game."
Oh wow!
I said, "Don't fucking play with me, man. I just woke up. I'm not in the mood. Don't be playing my mood." He said, "No, I'm coming from Virginia. I'm there in the morning. I got you a ticket. We're going to the game. Great experience." But the funny thing he was saying to me, he was like, "Yo, Unc," he's like, "I realize as you're getting older, I'm watching you. You're drinking your Woodford." You're watering your grass. You're watching golf. He was like, you are turning into a fucking white guy. He was like, what is going on? He said this was not like you. But I don't know. As I got older, man, I moved from Queens into Long Island. It's the first time I ever yelled at somebody for stepping on my grass.
Oh, boy.
And you are becoming a white guy.
Damn right.
Yeah,
you goddamn right. I spent $150 a month on that fucking lawn.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, you don't want to see nobody walking
on the shit.
Yeah.
Like now that half grass looked like the top of Kevin Durant's head. It was nothing there, sir.
And if they kick a soccer ball on your lawn, it's yours now.
Oh, you did? Oh, goddamn right. My next door neighbor did that shit. I took that shit in the house. That's my boss, sir. Get out of here.
Wow. Yeah.
But yeah. Graduate. We grow and we change. But anyway, I can feel my wife wondering where I'm at.
Yes,
right now.
Ivory, you rock, man. Ivory
You're the
Fields,
best,
baby.
man. Ivory Fields.
Knocked out of the park.
That was great, man.
Always a pleasure, my friend. Always a pleasure.
Thank you, man. Thank
Appreciate you
you.
guys so
right
much.
back at you.
Yeah, man.
And hopefully, I'll come another time.
That would be great, man.
And
let me know what your schedule looks like.
Awesome.
Very cool.
Thank you, wife, for letting us steal you for a little while. She really does sound like a great woman, man.
Yeah, God bless.
Now I'm gonna go get in trouble for talking about them titties.
It's good stuff, man.
Oh goodness, I am still laughing.
That was great. That was fucking hilarious. Now we got to see if we get Brian in here.
Brian and his brothers.
Yeah, or at least just him for now. Like, you know, we could wrap this thing. But that was good. I don't think we're going to get Carlos Mencia. Carlos Mencia is here tonight, too. Yeah. And what is this going to be on Monday, you thinking?
I actually don't know because I have guests Monday. I'll have my new co-host on Tuesday.
Who's your new Tuesday co-host?
Her name is Diane Fogarty. She was on the show not this past week.
Oh, she's now your new co-host? Your new
on
Tuesday?
Tuesdays.
Oh, wow. Very cool. Congratulations.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
She's
she was
a
a
musician,
lot of fun.
too, right?
Yeah, she's a singer. She came in last week and sang Landslide.
Yeah.
My goodness. She killed it. It was fantastic.
Wow, very cool. So now you have a new. Who's your Monday? You don't have any Monday.
Well, I don't have a Monday co-host, but I do have guests scheduled for this Monday.
Right.
So, and they're guests that came in a few weeks ago. I had issues. We couldn't do the
right.
show.
This is a big one.
So I can't.
And then Tuesday you got the new co-host. And
right.
Wednesday
is Mike Kaplan, so I can probably take time away to show this on.
Kaplan's great. I love when Kaplan's on. Because Kaplan's really, truly insightful and wants to know things.
Yes.
And he I think he's got a great sense of humor, even though he doesn't laugh. And I love I didn't get to watch the whole thing because I had to go to a meeting.
Right.
But I love that he wants to be the guy who hates everything. I think that's so good because he's got such a dry demeanor. He's just, I hate everything. Like, you know, like my kids the other day were outside playing. It was a beautiful day. I was just looking at them. I'm like, I can't stand these kids.
And he's got that serious face.
His face and everything. He's just like, I can't stand him. I'm like, all I see is money being drained down. You know, all I see is money lost. Every kid I have, you know, just something like that. He's so great.
Yep. I think that would really work for him if he did it. I don't know if he's going to, but
does he have kids?
He has one son. And that son has 3 kids of his own.
Oh, wow.
So
he
Mike
got grandkids.
Grandfather of 3.
He could say all that. He could say like the grandkids. Everybody makes a big deal about having grandkids. I can't stand mine.
Right. I don't see the point. I don't get it.
He's like, I can't stand mine. That'd be so freaking.
But the reality of it is he's the exact opposite.
Oh,
of that.
Yeah.
He's
this
a great
is the
father.
persona.
Right.
Yeah.
I think he would nail it.
I think Kaplan's a great. I remember Kaplan back in the day when he had hair, and he was part of your. I don't know if it's Knock 'Em Dead back then or not.
It actually wasn't. It was called Drop Dead Comedy.
Yeah, and he was the detective.
Well, actually, you're going back even further.
Yeah.
This is when. This was before I had my own company, and I was just working for somebody else doing this stuff.
Right.
And then that's how I met Lisa, because she was already in that troupe, and we met. And then Mike came in about 6 months to a year later, and that show you're talking about was for her show.
Oh yeah.
That's
so I remember that.
That was 1998.
Wow. Yeah. Damn, man.
Yeah.
Because I remember he was the one. Because it was the same kind of thing. Now when you go, all right, everybody's gonna go to your tables and we're gonna talk and you figure out who did it.
Right.
And he was like the detective, and he came over. So tell me, what do you think about Tony? Do you think it was him? I don't like him. But
it's a pretty good impression of Mike.
He's like, so tell me, do you think it might have been Lisa? I don't know if it was Lisa or not. Or do you think it was the other lady? It wasn't me. I'll tell you that right now.
And it gives you the eyes.
Yeah, he's like, it was not me. Okay? But I remember, and it took me a minute to put him together because I always remembered him from that show. But he looks a lot different. He's old, time, but also the hair and everything. And then I was like, oh, that's that dude.
Yep.
So yeah, I always liked Mike Kaplan. I voted for him.
You were both at my wedding.
Yeah, we both at your
both
wedding.
There. Yeah.
And I remember my dad, Don, he's an actor too. And he started like,
I love your father impression.
I was like, wait, trying to get us to go on a date? What the hell's going on here? But I remember that too, and I remember Frank he played, he's performing.
Oh, that's right, at the wedding, yeah.
So that was a fun wedding. That was a good wedding.
It was a good time. Oh, and speaking of which, perfect segue.
Oh yeah,
happy anniversary,
yeah,
pal.
It's coming up, man.
Just what, like
Thursday,
yeah.
This Thursday, yeah.
Very nice. 1 year already.
1 year. You married us.
I did.
You're the one that did it. Isn't that crazy when you think about it?
Oh, totally.
It's so cool that we kept it kind of in the fam. Like you did it. We had Petroni, was the DJ.
Right.
Jeff
was the valet parking the cars.
But yeah, and everyone said speeches. We had Lisa, my beautiful cousin Lisa came and kind of gave us a blessing.
Right.
And then we had all the speeches from all the maids of honor, my kids. It was just great. My dad and my son were my best men.
That was cool.
It was an awesome day. And yeah, it's a year ago on Thursday. So yeah, what do you do for the first year? Like every year you're supposed to get something different,
Right,
right?
25 is like silver or some shit.
Yeah, I think one is paper, and I don't even know what.
I asked that as a trivia question on my show recently, and I don't remember the answer.
Yeah, because I'm thinking about what's a good paper gift. So, like somebody said, get tickets to something.
Oh, it is paper? It's definitely paper?
I believe so. Well, look it up.
Yeah,
I just want to
that's
make
what
sure.
I'm doing.
I have not fact checked, so I don't know if it's paper or not. But yeah,
No, it is. It's paper.
Okay, so it's
What? Paper and clocks.
clocks for year one.
Look, it's right there. Paper.
Oh, wow.
First year, paper and clocks.
Kicking off.
Yeah, kicking off the first anniversary is the traditional gift, paper, and the modern gift, clocks.
Wow.
Paper is the theme of the first anniversary because it's fragile, like the early stages of marriage.
Wow.
However, if you take care of paper and a relationship properly, it'll last a lifetime. Hence the clock.
Maybe
Wow.
I'll get a picture or like a painting. I don't know.
Well,
I got to
good
think
idea.
of it. I mean, the clock's ticking. No pun intended. Like I have only a couple of days to really think this through. Oh,
It's
yeah.
a piece of paper.
Let's get rid of this.
Happy anniversary,
Thank
honey.
you,
Paper.
man. You are a true problem solver. A true problem solver.
Well, just right. Happy anniversary.
Yeah, this is great. I'm giving this to her. I appreciate that. Thank you, Tony.
I'm
you
here
really,
for you,
you
pal.
really came through. So stupid. So Carlos Mencia is here. I was hoping he was going to come in. I don't think he is. He closed the door.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, the door. I think the door's closed.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
But I really wanted to talk to him. I wasn't going to bring up, all the obvious shit about him. Because, like the whole thing with Joe Rogan and all that stuff. I wasn't going to bring any of that up because he's talked about it 1,000,000,001 times. Like if anyone's really interested in that, they could find it on other interviews. He's done 1,000,000 interviews about it. He's apologized for, the time period. He's kind of come clean on it all.
Right.
What I want to talk to him was about rebuilding. Because after you are the top of the mountain,
And he was.
he was the top guy for a long time, right?
Yes,
for a couple
he
of
was.
years.
Yep.
And then to fall like chutes and ladders all the way to the bottom.
Right.
And I wanted to know what that's like, in a sense, to find it within you.
It's hard enough to find it once.
Right.
Then you have to do it again.
Imagine you work your ass off for years and years and years. You get to the peak. You're there.
Right.
And then back to pretty much day one, and working the clubs, working the fucking, off nights, weird. He might even work bars. Who the fuck knows? He started from ground zero all over again. So I wanted to really ask him and kind of see if we can get that from him of where does it come from inside to not give up and to try again. To me, that's commendable in a way.
Commendable, and the fact that he really didn't really cash in on that either. That whole thing with Rogan. He didn't go on a tour through the View and all these talk shows talking about it and crying about it. He didn't take the situation and take advantage of it.
What he did was he went on a documentary, and I think he was trying to make fun of it. But it ended up digging it even deeper. He's like, that's right, bitches. He's like, I steal jokes, motherfuckers. He's like, I steal jokes. If you got a joke, you better watch out, because I'm going to take your joke. I'm going to, remix that shit and make it mine. So I think he was kidding around.
Right.
But people did not like that. And the comedy world did not like that. And I think, too, he was shamed in a way. And he was, really kind of disgraced. And so add that to it.
Right.
So not only do you lose your clout and who you were and your show and all those things, and now you're starting over again, but now you're kind of shamed, you're disgraced
But by his peers.
by his peers,
Right.
And then people are afraid to do their bits in front of him because they don't want him to steal and this and that. Blah,
Sure.
blah. They call him Carlos Mencia. All of these things. He was shamed. So to find it within you to still pursue, to still persevere, and try to do it again, I commend them for that.
Yep, I do.
And that's hard. And I don't think he's going to make the same mistake. I hope he doesn't make any of the same
Yeah,
mistakes.
can you imagine? I mean, and he had the perfect opportunity to redeem himself in here a few years ago and tonight. Son of a bitch bastard.
He did. You went in the green room earlier today.
I did.
And you stood in the room because there was the other comic. What was the kid's name?
Tony Damas
Yeah.
was in there, and I know Tony.
So you were hoping that Tony would be like, "Hey, Tony, what's up? This is Carlos. How you come on in and kind of break the ice." Instead, he just kind of left you standing in the doorway where Carlos said, "Can I help you with something?" Carlos like, "Are you here to take my order? Or what's going on here?" "I'll take fish fillet with fries, please."
Fish fillet.
He looks like he would enjoy a fish fillet. No, but it was awkward. So
It
you're
was
like,
very awkward.
and you said, "I'm just standing here."
And then I just stared at him.
Yeah, you said, "I'm just standing here," and then you're like, "I'm just standing here." That's the best answer ever. You just basically told him the truth. "Can I help you?" "No, I'm just standing here." And then you introduced yourself to, or he asked you your name.
Right.
And then
Well, yeah, somewhere in there I finally said, I'm running the podcast room if you'd like to come in at some point. And then I went to shake his hand. Because I think I said it's nice. I think I said something like it's nice to finally meet you or something.
Right, yeah.
And then he just looked at me, "What's your name?"
Yeah.
So I can report you to James.
Yes. I did hear, like, back in the day when he was at his peak, that he was kind of mean or whatever to anybody below him on the pedestal, on the ladder. And he would just, he would go in there and just, like, he had no problem bumping other people. He would choose when he wanted to go on. Like, he would just show up to a club and just be like, "Yeah, I want to go on after that guy." Like, and just decide, and then cut people out. And he was a big name. He was so big that when that whole shit went down with Rogan, after Rogan confronted him on stage at the comedy club, at the Comedy Store, that Mitzi, who adored Joe Rogan, but still Carlos was the breadwinner. He was the big name. She chose Mencia.
Oh, wow.
So Rogan didn't go to that club for years and years and years after that.
Wow.
On his own, I think he was, banned for a little while, whatever, but he also then said, "I'm never going back there." So it was years and years later, Rogan becomes the biggest fucking voice in America and probably the world right now. And this dude's doing clubs.
This dude is here.
And then Rogan also was able to go back to the Comedy Store and frequent it quite a bit. And then, and he loves Mitzi. And his place now, he's since moved to Austin. He has a place called The Mothership, which I really want to go to that club.
Yeah.
Just check it out.
Yep.
But The Mothership is really an homage to the Comedy Store. It's kind of built similar. And he has a whole section, a private little VIP section for Mitzi.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, like her memory. That's how much Mitzi meant to Joe Rogan.
Wow.
So, but yeah, so look, that's my feelings on Carlos Mencia. I think we all make mistakes and we all fumble and we all fuck up and we all have something and lose something, but to that degree, it's huge. And for me, I give the man props for doing it at a low, starting over again, lower level than this dude was. Fucking the
he
top
was it.
Dog.
He definitely was.
The Mind of Mencia show, all that stuff, these specials, everything.
Yep.
So, yeah. So I was hoping he was going to come in. I don't think he's going to.
Well, he's still on right now, right?
I think he's performing now.
Yeah. So I mean, the show started. The show's going almost 2 hours at this point. So I would think he'd be done soon. He had, I think Tony was hosting, and then there was another guy in there whose name escapes me. The guy that was carrying the body.
Oh yeah.
Kevin something. So I do think, that the show's probably ending soon. I mean, I could stop this, and then. And then if he comes in, we'll just I'll start recording again.
So we may or may not return with Carlos Mencia,
Right.
And or we may or may not return at all.
We will tell you that next week at Governor's. Let's see what we got going on at Governor's.
And don't forget our big show.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
We have a big show coming up July 19th. We're producing this show here at the Govs Podcast Studios is producing the show, and that's Tony and myself doing Clash of the Islands.
Right.
It's Staten Island meets Long Island.
Let me just point out, I don't mean to interrupt you, but let me just point out, we do have the corrected flyer floating around Facebook and social media. This is not the corrected flyer.
This is the older flyer.
Right,
Yeah,
the
so
date is not on there.
It's July 19th.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's why I said I wanted to push
Right.
the date.
July 19th. Mike Bichetti and friends. Mike Bichetti's a good friend of mine, comedian extraordinaire, known for the Artie Lang show, when Artie Lang did the podcast. Mike's been doing a lot. He's been in tons of movies and things like that. He's a character actor and just all around great guy. He's going to be hosting this thing. And Irene Bremis from Staten Island, she's headlining. And Irene is great comedian.
Irene is actually headlining the brokerage as we speak.
Yeah, she's headlining.
She's there
And then
right now.
she's going to be at McGuire's in a couple of days.
No, she was at McGuire's last night.
Okay.
Brokerage tonight.
Yeah, so you're getting a taste of her now, but July 19th she'll return, and she'll be here with us, and then we got Tony Lindolfi. Is it Lindolfi or Lindolfi?
Lindolfi.
Lindolfi.
Great guy.
I love him. I always called him Tony Lindolfi, and then one day when I had him on, when he was on Put Up, Shut Up, Stand Up, he's like, "Why do you keep calling me Dorothy? I don't like it." So it's Lindolfi.
Do you remember when we had him in here that night? We had a blast
He was
with
so
him.
great. I love him.
We had so much fun with him. He's a
Tony
great
Lindolfi is a salt of the earth guy. He's a salt of the earth Long Islander, true and
Yes.
true. He loves going fishing. He hangs with his pops,
Right.
hangs with his peeps. He's a good dude.
Yep.
I love that guy. He's hilarious. So definitely he's going to be on the bill. And then we got these this comedy team out of Staten Island.
Greg and Rob.
Yeah.
Mike Keegan the other night came up to me and he said, "I saw the flyer for your show." He goes, "Those guys, Greg and Rob," he goes, "they're fantastic."
They are good. Yeah.
I am not familiar with them.
I saw their stuff on YouTube. So when I was doing research to make this poster,
Right.
I found their picture and all that stuff, and then I went and I said, oh, "Let me check these guys out." They're an old school comedy team.
That's cool.
And and I enjoyed it. I thought they were great. I think they're going to be fantastic. So it's a lot of guys here, people and women that don't normally see
Right.
here on the island. And we're going to do lots of these with Mike Bichetti. We have another one we're working out now with can we say?
With Mike?
Well, was Mike going to host that one with our Greek friend?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we can do that.
Right. Yeah. I thought we said we were doing that.
I thought you were talking about a different show. Because I've been saying on my show that keep October 5th open.
Yes, and that would be this one.
That's
the girl.
The one with our Greek friend is possibly November 2nd.
Okay, November.
It's still not set in stone, but it looks like
Okay.
it's going to
So
be.
we won't announce it yet, but we'll say that
But October 5th is set in stone.
October 5th.
That's another show we're producing.
Right. Yes, and that's with what's her name?
Claudia Sherman and her pal Gretchen, whose last name escapes me. They're called the Down and Outs.
Yes.
Claudia and Gretchen were here on my show a few weeks ago, and they were a lot of fun. Claudia Sherman, she goes back. She was making her way in the 90s. She had
A&E specials, that kind of stuff.
Right. All the comedy specials, Comedy Central, VH1,
Yeah.
all those.
She was
stations
popping
that
in
had
like the
comedy
90s,
shows. Right.
era.
And then she late 90s she had a child and decided to stay home to raise her family. And now, her child is grown, so she's looking to get back in. So and it was funny because when I mentioned it to the club, the girls in the booking room in the main office here, they were like, "Oh, Claudia Sherman, wow, that'd be great." They hadn't heard the name in a long time. So yeah, she was very funny back in the day. So she's working her way back, and that's going to be a fun show.
And send me the info. I can help you make the poster on that too.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
Once you get everything done.
They're getting photos done and stuff. So yeah.
Oh, okay, nice.
But yeah, October 5th. So keep that open. Yeah.
So we're doing these series of ones with the Clash of the Islands and other shows we're going to be doing. We're going to have Mike Bichetti and friends doing we're going to have Mike as our as you can see, he's got that beautiful face, that beautiful cartoon face.
That's a real picture.
That's a this is real picture. Mike is going to be kind of the face of some of these things, and our MC, and he's a great dude. I love the guy.
Yeah.
And we'll have him on some of these shows as well. We're trying to get him in here live because he lives in Staten Island. It's kind of hard for him to travel a little bit sometimes, but we want to get him here in studio for Knock 'Em Dead. I'm going to definitely get him on the Zooms for conversations and things. And all these all the members of these shows will be on our podcast. So keep tuning in and always, keep representing Governors Comedy Clubs. They're the best in the biz, man.
I got some other shows I'm going to push at Governors. Our pal Mike Keegan. He's got a Mike Keegan and Friends show coming up Friday, June 21st with Carla Okeson. Sheba Mason is on that one. Leanne Graziosi, Michael Delaquila, Pat Johnson, and Mike Kurz.
Nice. Very cool. I see Sheba's been doing a lot of stuff with Mike.
Yeah, they've been.
I like Sheba. She was here, and
we had a good time with her.
Yeah, she was great, man. And comes from her lineage is comedy royalty.
That's right.
Yep. So Jackie Mason. You know what I mean? Jackie Mason is one of the greatest ever.
Also, Thursday, August 8th, speaking of Mike Keegan, his podcast pal, Mark David Hirschman, he's doing right here at Governor's Comedy Club a stand-up for epilepsy show.
Wow. I wish his show was going up against Keegan's show. Like, I wish one was doing the brokerage, one was doing here or something.
Oh, Hirschman would lose.
Yeah.
Who
else on Hirschman's bill?
It doesn't even say.
He doesn't even say yet.
That's how conceited this man is. He thinks he's going to sell it just on his own name.
Well, he thinks epilepsy's going to sell it.
Right.
He thinks because he's doing it for a cause.
Right.
But I like Hirsch.
No, I'm just busting. I will say, in all seriousness, the last time he did something like this, it was a Thursday night, and he put a poster out just like that. He didn't put the names out right away. He filled that room.
Yeah.
Because I was here, and I remember being shocked.
Hirsch, if he's the kind of guy I think that does email, like mass email splashes.
He's one of those guys that will bug the shit out of you until you buy your tickets.
He's the guy who makes a post that puts like a 5 million names on the post so
yes.
everybody gets it.
And when he posts it on Facebook, he tags everybody he knows.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times I'm doing my show every day at 11 a.m., and it's like 11:20, and I'm all of a sudden getting texts from him. Meanwhile, he sits here, and he does his show, and then as soon as the show's over, he's like, freaking wife, doesn't she know I do a show from 9 to 10? Why is she texting me during the show? This guy, yeah. And then when they even stole his banner.
The sign, yeah.
I mean, he came in here in the middle of my
Yeah,
show.
he-
He called in one day.
He has no regard for anybody's show.
Oh, not at all.
If it's you fuck with his poster, he's barging into your show.
Fuck with his poster, you fuck with him. Just last week, I forgot to tell him this when I saw him the other day. Just last week, I was in the deli next door, and they're getting my food, and there
Carlos,
he is.
What's up?
There he is.
How you doing, man?
Still on?
Yeah, we're on. Come on, come have a seat.
Wow, Carlos Mencia is just
Very nice.
How you doing, bro?
How are you, my friend?
Nice to meet you, man.
I appreciate you
pleasure,
coming
man.
in.
I didn't think you guys were still here.
Yeah, we're still going. He's out of breath. How'd it
you
go?
You just got off stage?
I just got off stage.
You don't have to put those on if you
wow.
don't want to.
No, it was awesome. It was, you know what? I love shows where people that are at the show lend serious credence to the jokes, right? Because my jokes, pretty much 90-ish% of them, they're not just about funny. They're about something else, right? Teaching you some lesson, teaching you some perspective, giving you a vantage point that you might not have ever seen before.
Yeah,
Or, hey, you see it that way? Let me show you how other people see it. Let me show you how I see it. Let me show you how they see it. That kind of thing. And so there were two kids in the front row that are 16 that right out the gate, it's like, to these kids, I can't imagine what I would have felt if I was 16 years old and I was allowed to watch somebody like Sam Kinison.
Right,
sure.
right, yeah.
Right.
That's who I am.
That changes your life.
Right?
Yeah.
Like that kind of material.
Right.
I can't imagine that those kids are not going to be so affected by it. So right out the gate, there's a responsibility, right? Of like, hey, man, you got to teach these kids something. You got to show these kids something.
Right,
you got to
right.
give these kids some perspective. But it also allows a lot of the jokes to be more authentic because they're there to show. So when I do jokes about parenting or jokes about kids or jokes about how to do that, they're there.
Right.
And I get to look at them and go, what did your parents do? How did your parents say it? And then they react, and it's just such a beautiful show. And then I know that at the end, I'm going to do some dick jokes about their parents and make them feel just unbelievably uncomfortable. But then again, that comes from me having 11 sisters and 6 brothers and being the 17th born. Do you know how many times on a
Holy
Sunday
moly.
morning, my dad would literally be like, smell my finger. And I was like,
That's
are you being serious? And he's like, yeah. And your mother, look, she's making you she's putting her hands on your food. Do you know where her hands were last night? Like, dude. And we were so poor that I couldn't miss a meal.
Right. Yeah.
I would eat that goddamn food with the holding the tortilla, looking at my mom like, you better wash your hands a lot, Mom.
Tortillas never tasted the same after that.
Never tasted the
A little
same.
hot sauce on that makes it go away.
Exactly, but like all that stuff is to me what makes it good. And right now with all of this sensitivity, with people not understanding that the world will never be perfect. Right. Not in our lifetimes.
Which is why this is the
But that's why
perfect
we need
place to be.
comedians to
Right.
kind of
But they're trying to make us
make it
what
difficult.
they're basically saying is, hey, Corchester, stop making fun of the king.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
But it's like, but that's literally my job.
Right,
Exactly.
There's one person in this room that can tell the king the truth, but make it funny. Just one.
Right.
And it's me.
That's
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
And when you take that, if that were to be taken away from us, it's
No, then we're done.
Because okay, so the Seinfelds of the world, well, not even Seinfeld, because Jerry himself doesn't perform at colleges anymore.
Right.
Because he was
When Jerry Seinfeld,
look what they're doing to him.
who I don't think has ever said fuck
Right.
on a stage,
Right.
when that guy is offensive,
Right.
And he's getting
there's something wrong with the system.
yeah.
But those but you're not finding those people in the clubs, though, are you?
No.
Right. Good.
No.
Right.
But, club sales are down for all comedy clubs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For all clubs.
Yeah. It's
Everybody
it's
talks
a
about
weird
the
time.
hot clubs in Manhattan.
Right.
But they don't tell you about the 8 clubs that are, 20% full.
Right.
Right, yeah.
Well, that's a difference though between the city where it's a lot of tourism as opposed to here. Long Island, I don't think they're hurting as bad because most of Long Island is like, I don't give a shit about that. Make me laugh, motherfucker.
They do, but here's the problem. The problem is that whenever there's so you got 4 people. Hey, what do you feel like doing? Somebody goes, let's go to comedy club.
Right.
Somebody goes, who's there? I heard that. I don't know. Right? How many sentences is it going to be till the other 3 go, fine, then what else are we going to do?
Right. Exactly.
And
Yeah.
when, enough of those people on a daily basis say that, then, here's another problem. Another problem is we're getting a lot of hecklers now. Why? Because most comedians are not going to put real material on there. You save it for a special.
crowd stuff.
Right.
So what are you doing? Crowd work.
Yep.
So what is the message that TikTok, Instagram, Reels,
Yep.
all that is sending?
Right.
It's sending the message
Right.
that this happens and it's normal.
People are coming to the clubs now
Yelling out
expecting
stuff
for that. Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yelling out, being part of the show, and getting mad at the comedians when we tell them to shut up.
Right.
Which, by the way, they are not wrong.
Right.
Because this is what we're showing them.
They're
This
conditioned
is-
to think that
right.
that we can. Do
We're
this. Right.
they're behaving in Pavlovian way,
Right.
and we are going like, why are they doing this?
and they want to go viral or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
So
right.
we're doing that ourselves, but in also doing that, we're saying you don't have to come to the comedy club.
Right. You just watch this.
Watch this. And then because they're now getting monetized, now people like me who use profanity and do racial stuff the algorithm suppresses
Yeah.
our videos.
Right.
Like
yeah.
I literally had to talk to YouTube about it.
Yeah.
They're like, I noticed the algorithm stopped sending my videos.
Right.
Why?
Wow.
And they listened, watched it and looked at it and said, "Oh, it's because you did this one. You said this one thing."
He said something about
and it was funny,
vaccine or
but it
something.
was.
Yeah.
So I said the N word, but it wasn't. It was about the N word itself. So you can't say the N word on stage. You have to say what it is.
Right.
And so I was talking about that and the use of it. Anyway.
Right. You had
so
a
that
whole bit about.
all the algorithm heard was nigga. That's all it heard.
Right.
Not that, hey, this is word came from this. It's different than Niger. It's like none of that. It just heard that and went, oh, this is racist.
The fact that it's Carlos Mencia doesn't change YouTube's
No.
the algorithm or
They-
anything?
Take a break on
They
it?
can come, right? It's not going to stop you from going to my channel.
Spread it out.
What it's going to do is it's going to stop from going everywhere because there's a comedian out there, a young guy most likely, who's just doing jokes about, nothing.
Right.
No codes in there. No, you know what I mean?
Right.
Just, stupid jokes that we tell when we're young.
Right.
And those are the ones that are getting just thrown everywhere because the difference now, see, YouTube is actually worse than networks. And here's why. When you get a TV show with any network, before you even tape it, they read the transcript of whatever you're going to do.
Right.
And, somebody from the department comes in and says, hey, just so you know, we're not okay with this. Can you change this? Can we say it this way? No. What about this way? Yes. There you can say it, but you can't say it like this.
Right. So they
But you at
course-correct
least
you.
get to figure out
Right.
how to get your message across.
Right, sure.
You're like, I have this message. Well, it's in Italian. Well, I speak Spanish. Don't like Spanish either. I speak Portuguese. You can do it in Portuguese. Like that's the
Right.
thing.
Right.
The problem with the algorithms for YouTube is that they don't know who they're advertising for.
Okay. Right.
So they
Right?
just
So
pick
when
up
you
the
have
word.
advertising dollars and you go to NBC, you go, I want to go on this show. I want to go on the repeat of Friends.
Right.
Right.
Right? When your whatever company goes on, right? Like the last one was Burger King, right? Burger King was all over my YouTube. They just put it on any video.
Right.
That's the problem. So when, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So when
gotcha.
I do a joke about how my mother who had 18 kids never blew my dad and she obviously swallowed, I'm sure the Burger King Corporation is not happy that right after that, at BK, have it your way. You rule. Like, whoa, wait a minute.
With a special sauce.
Exactly.
And the YouTube algorithm, though, it picks up words. It's so,
Correct.
So if you're breaking down what the N word is in a
Correct.
comedic way, in a comedy
Right.
bit, all it hears is the N word, and then it goes, okay, we gotta.
My
take the
friends,
algorithms away.
my friends got suppressed because he said there was bullying a lot of when I was a kid, and then she went on to talk about how she got bullied.
Right.
It wasn't, and the algorithm suppressed it because the word bullying was in it.
Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah,
goodness.
so that's what's
That's
going
the
on.
problem.
Right.
So, all right, so what does somebody of your stature do about it?
Well, I have to be intelligent enough to point out the hypocrisy in it.
Yeah.
Right. I also have to accept that part of this was our fault as comedians, and it's our fault.
really? Wow.
Yeah. Here's why. I know a comedian whose punchline to a joke was, "If my kid turns out to be a fag, I'll stab him in the neck."
Right. Was that? I think
It's
that
a
was-
lazy
Yeah, I
joke.
think I know who that is.
It's
yeah.
a lazy joke.
Yeah.
I don't care about the stabbing part. Right. It's a
Right,
joke.
right.
I don't care.
Right.
It's a lazy joke.
Sure.
It's not creative.
Right.
It's just you when you get lazy like that and audiences call you on it, that's your fault. That's number one.
Okay.
We got
All right.
lazy with stuff.
Right.
You know, we stopped trying to be intricate about it. We stopped trying to, well, it's a dick joke. Doesn't mean you can't flavor it, baby. Doesn't mean you
Right.
can't make it a joke.
Yep.
Right.
There's got to be a
Layers.
right?
Sometimes there's gotta be layers.
There has to be all the time.
Yeah.
That's number one. Number two, edgy comedians started to apologize for jokes.
Yeah.
I have
Yep.
will never apologize for a joke. I have apologized for hurting feelings.
Right.
Why? Because that's not my goal.
Right.
Right. And it's
Totally
two different things.
Completely different things.
Right.
But the minute I say, I'm sorry I said that, I'm accepting that shouldn't have been said.
Right.
And I have never said something that shouldn't have been said.
Right.
I've said things that I wish I could take back,
Right.
but not that shouldn't be said.
Right.
And so we started apologizing, which led them to go, oh, so you were wrong.
Right.
Then we added
Yeah.
these. So part of it was our fault. And this purge is good because those of us that really know how to do it are going to strive and survive. And those that were pretenders are going to learn how to do it or fall to the side, because I'm edgier today than I ever was.
No kidding. Yeah.
I'm just better at it. I'm so much better at it than I was then that 20 years ago, for me to walk 10 people a show, 20 people a show, depending on how big the place was, it was pretty average.
Right.
Today, if I walk a couple, like last night, I thought I walked a couple.
Oh, yeah?
And I was like, damn, I didn't say anything because in my head I was like, you never know.
Right.
See, like that right there. 20 years ago, I'd have been like, where are you going, pussies? What's up? And this time, I was like, ooh, I'll find out later what happened. Like, I wonder what happened. And then I found out that their babysitter called them and said, hey, your kid's sick. You come back.
Right. Yeah.
So they didn't want to leave.
It wasn't you. Yeah,
they had to leave.
Right.
So, like, now that shows me.
But I heard about that. What actually happened was the babysitter said that they were upset over your jokes, and that's what made
And the kid went, fuck Carlos Mencia.
his first words.
But it's very rewarding. It's very rewarding right now. I've felt a call to comedy 3 times in my life. Like that I knew that comedy was saying, Carlos, you specifically need to do something.
Oh, wow.
One of them was in 92 when the riots occurred.
Oh, wow.
And I knew that I could do jokes
Were you
from
a
both
comedian
perspectives.
at that point already?
So it started in 88, so I was 4
you-
years in.
So you were already doing it.
But I was still raw. But I could do jokes about being a looter and how stupid it was to loot. So I could do all those jokes, right? I
Sure.
could do the jokes about the Koreans who misspelled words trying to say that they were black. Like, I could do those jokes. I felt needed. Then I felt needed on September 11th.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget, I was watching a show at the Laugh Factory in Hollywood, and every comedian would go on stage. Ready? Okay. The minute they said anything about terrorism, September 11th, you could see the audience perk up. But nobody was doing jokes about it.
Yeah.
So they would it was almost like, we can acknowledge that happened. Let's tell some jokes.
Right.
And I went, okay, they don't need that. They need, let's make this funny. Let's talk about this.
Absolutely.
And I did an album called America Rules, recorded on September 19th. That was written from September 11th to September 19th.
Oh, wow.
And it became an album. And that all was about September 11th. And it was all written in 1 week.
Where'd
Because
you
I
perform
felt
that?
the need. That one was at the Improv in Brea.
And how did the audience respond that soon?
Oh, that
after?
was amazing.
Yeah, that's
it was
like a week
amazing.
after? Holy
we were
shit.
gonna get an HBO special, but they were like, you know what? It's a little too raw right now.
Yeah.
Let's let it go. And
People
then
need
it
comedy
went
more than ever.
Yeah.
And to do it that soon
Yep.
after, God bless, man.
And now I feel the same. And I have one joke or one premise that is about the hypocrisy of when I went to an LGBTQ show, they said every joke that I'm supposed to not tell. And supposedly,
That's a good point.
It's not Carlos can't tell it. It's nobody can tell these jokes. And I went, but why are you telling these jokes?
Right.
And I had my friend, I go, listen, you need to get me on the stage because I need to call them out in their hypocrisy. And so that led me to seeing an urban show where the N-word was thrown around and that's okay. A Latino show where they just spoke Spanish and nobody cared. A Middle Eastern show. And then I said, so now we've worked so hard to become a country of mixed people, but now the Hindus go to the Hindus and the Mexicans go to the Mexicans and the Puerto Ricans go to the
We're
Puerto
all
Ricans.
divided.
So that's how we're supposed to do it now?
Right.
So like, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to tell the jokes.
Good.
I don't care. And so I got to go back out there and do some stuff, but appreciate
Thank
you
you,
guess.
man.
Thanks, man.
Thank you very much. Really appreciate your time.
Before you go, run.
Yeah, I'll come back.
Oh, okay. All right.
Come over there.
Cool.
All right, cool. We'll see
All right.
if he comes back. That was fucking awesome.
That was really awesome.
See everything I said. He fucking backed it up. He's a smart dude, man.
I know. Now we got to take back everything we said.
I didn't say anything bad about him, did I?
I did.
Oh.
I'm going to.
He's
No.
not. Do you think Carl's coming back?
Well, then he said after that I'd come out here. So I mean, you just want to take a picture. So I'm sure you can get in there quick and take it. I don't think he's coming back. In fact, I'm gonna edit all this now and make it all good.
Yeah.
So I'll
take out the part where I'm trying to take a picture with him.
all the stuff where we badmouth them. Well, not badmouth
I
them,
don't
but
think we badmouth. I think I laid it out pretty nice of how I admire him. I actually was going to bring it up if we
You
had.
did.
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna edit. with Ivory, and then go right into him. I think all that. I don't know all that stuff in between. Was there anything?
I would keep it all.
Keep it? Yeah. All right.
I mean, I would make it all one episode, and then I would clip the Carlos separate, like as a set. I would clip like have all one, then I would make a separate Ivory and a separate Carlos, and make 3 videos out of it.
Okay.
Just to send it out there.
All right. I'll do that. And then, all right. So, just some upcoming shows that we were telling you about before Carlos came in. Mark Hirschman, August 8th. Knock 'em Dead Comedy. Come see us September 27th. We are doing a audience interactive comedic murder mystery show at the Brokerage, and then the very next night here in the Giggle Room, Knock 'em Dead Comedy performing Triple X Trivia Game Night. That's going to be a lot of fun, and also Knock 'em Dead Comedy performing a murder mystery show at McGuire's on December 21st.
Very
so
cool.
I just wanted to finish the all the shows we got coming up.
Very cool. Lots of exciting times coming up. We're also working on the other Comic Sans films. We are in pre-production. We actually post-production on one. We already made the first little film called The Last Class with Fudge and Mary Capone. That came out amazing.
The sex scene is unbelievable.
It is a crazy sex scene. And then I didn't know Mary was that loud.
I did.
And then, and then we're working on the ventriloquist one and a couple others. So look for some more Comic Sans coming out soon. We're going to be putting those. I don't know if we're going to do a premiere, when that would be, like to have all these little shorts in the premiere.
Could be kind of fun if we did that.
Yeah. So
I think based on the reaction of the first one, I think we get a good showing for that.
Yeah,
I think we should
if
do
we
it.
got like 6, I think we need 6 of these little shorts.
6?
Yeah. And then, because they about 10, 15 minutes each. So 4 would be an hour, right? And then maybe an hour and a half or something. But anyway, those are coming out really good. We're going to bring it back some of the characters from the original, and then a whole bunch of new characters coming in. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So look out for those, and we're going to be hitting the festivals with those as well. So it's going to be fun.
Absolutely. All right. Conversations this week. Who do we have?
Conversations this week will probably be Gold Rush, which is the Papa Fresh and Deacon Blue, 2 rappers. They've been on my show lots of times. I do a lot of their video work. So they're coming on to promote their new EP they got dropping.
Is this the first time they're on your show together?
No, they both been on my show together
a
few times. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've had Deacon was on like a top 5s, and then I had him and Papa Fresh I think twice already now, promoting this stuff. This will be the 3rd time. They're
Nice.
good dudes. One's based out of Memphis, Tennessee. The other one's based out of Pennsylvania. They're old school rappers. They got long beards. They look like hillbillies, but they rap like nobody's business. And I just did a video for them. You can find it out there. It's called I forgot the actual title, but it's like, it's time to rock and roll, basically. So check that out. And yeah, lots of fun, lots of good stuff on the horizon, man.
Excellent. Very nice. All right. So we're out of here.
Ready to Rock. That's the name of the song.
Oh, okay.
Are you ready to rock? Yeah, it's really good.
That was pretty good.
We should show it like tomorrow or something. Another day.
I could. Yeah, I'll edit it in. I'm definitely going to edit in Muhammad doing the magic trick. All right.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, without a doubt. All right, that's it. We're out of here. Thanks for hanging out with us. See you later.